Hello everyone, my name is Sharon, also known as Sagefira, and welcome back to my playthrough of I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, recorded live over on Twitch. Last time, we spent our first month on Vertumna, spending time getting acclimated, getting to know our peers, and doing just a little bit of studying. Our parents have told us that we are free to spend our time however we want. So what choices will we make? And how will they affect the way that our story unfolds? Well, I guess we technically didn't have a full conversation with Tammy here. You see Tammy sitting quietly near the entrance to the lounge. You've known her for, well, your entire life. Back on the ship, you used to play with her. Tammy had the best doll collection. After her mom died... Her mom died? Oh. After her mom died, her dad used all his nanoprinter creds to print her a different doll every month for a whole year. Oh, Papa Tammy, that's so nice. Her ears perk up when she sees you.
Oh, hello, Sagefira,
she says. Her voice is soft and dreamy, like a beam of starlight.
Do you want to play dolls?
I love how I already knew her voice was going to be
very soft and, gentle.
Yeah, let's play dolls. Why not? You don't think Tammy will ever be too old to play with dolls. If anything, she has even more of them now. She takes you to her quarters and brings out the entire Spacey Stacy doll collection. A disturbingly realistic baby with real bowel movements, and two super fancy posable dolls named Lily and Tilly, who can be programmed to move on their own. Tammy isn't very good at the programming, so Lily and Tilly just roll around awkwardly when you turn them on. You cover quickly by saying they must be breakdancing at a club. The two of you spend the afternoon making up stories of their rise to stardom as professional dancers. Cute! Anyway, so we are here. We have spoken to all of our friends. So, what do we want to do? I wonder if there's a way from... I would like to push up my persuasion, or continue to push up my perception, if anything. Let's see what we can gain here. So we're not strong enough to do supply runs. If we want to do supply runs, we have to up our toughness and our organization. So we can't even do this yet. Alright, and what can we do here? So if we shovel dirt, we can get +3 toughness, +1 friendship with Cal, +5 kudos, and so we get paid to do the dirt shoveling. So that's good to know if we need money. I don't think our stress is high enough to stay here, because... -100 stress, because what is our stress at right now? Our stress is at 65, so I think we can still do a couple months before we need to do anything else. Register for engineering classes. Do we have reasoning 5? We do, so we can register for engineering. This is our first thing we can do that is different. So if we do this, using Congruence's HoloNet scheduling system is almost a test on its own. You feel like a hacker navigating the confusing interface, but manage to add your name to the list of drop-in students. You're now eligible to join Tangent and some of the older students in engineering classes. Okay, so if I go to an engineering class, what would I get? I get +1 engineering, +2 reasoning, +1 friendship with Tangent. So this is where I get my persuasion from. So, I guess the question is, do I want to keep boosting my reasoning and engineering, or do I want to boost my, I want to keep boosting my humanities stuff, so my creativity and persuasion. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna study humanities again. This month, you've decided to explore pre-holographic media on Earth, which is pretty great excuse to kick back and watch movies all day. It's hard to believe that all movies used to be 2D. Boring. Feels too much like learning to be fun. So this is, I think, the most interesting part so far is getting this is how we go through challenges. So this is why it's a deck builder. Our memories and things we do throughout our lives, we get certain cards. And these cards are what help us get through our certain challenges, which I think is really, really neat. But we managed to succeed, so we are studying humanities. We are victorious! So we got +3 creativity, +2 persuasion, and +15 stress. And we're becoming even deeper friends with Tangent, who is our... Oh, we can actually find out stuff from her. Oh, interesting. Oh, let's look at the ages real quick. So Anemone is 9. How old are we? Oh, we're age 10, so we're 10. You're 10 years old and your bird-like eyes miss nothing. Your affinity for math and machines give you confidence, and your best friend says you're a great listener. Cal is 11. Tangent is 9. Tangent is 9? She's younger than us. Dice is 9. Mars is 10. Tammy is 11. Our mum is 43, and our dad is 41. Our teacher is 40. And Congruence is an AI, so she is ageless. Okay, cool. This week you had a few more bouts of deja vu, remembering what somebody is about to say or do just before they do it. Sometimes they actually do it, but not always. Yeah, so this is another thing that we're starting to discover, is that our character seems to have memories and flashbacks, or they seem to be able to predict things that happen. So I'm starting, because like the game literally opened with us remembering something or having a dream about something, and I thought that was actually us, but it was a dream. And I'm starting to think that maybe they have like psychic powers, or maybe they're like a reincarnation of a previous like character or a previous colonist, which could be really interesting. But yeah. This week, you had a few more bouts of deja vu, remembering what somebody is about to say or do just before they do it. Sometimes they actually do it, but not always. This morning, you were sure that Professor Hal was going to trip on the uneven floor in the cafeteria and spill his plate of hash browns. You even told Mars to watch. He didn't, though. As Professor Hal walked away, his hash browns safe for today, Mars called you a liar and a dummy. Mars, that's not nice. Also, can we talk about the food that is available here? Like, chat, tell me, what snack would you grab from this this line of food? Would you grab this cake down here, or that tentacle that's on the line? I think I would grab one of those little cupcakes, the ones that are underneath the register. I definitely want to try the blue one, the blue cupcake. I want to know what flavor it is. It's so interesting because there's like so much familiar food here, but also very different. I am absolutely in love with the art style of this game, y'all. It's so good. At night, your dreams are all mixed up with stuff that you know can't be real. You're chased by monsters the size of buildings, only to be saved by strange people you've never met. You're holding hands with someone you love. You're crying as you help lift a shrouded body into the colony recycler. Colony recycler, you say? I mean, I feel like we're supposed to believe that means that they get turned into compost, but what if they literally recycle people and they get reborn? Wouldn't that be interesting? Oh my gosh, is this older Tammy? Yeah, I don't know, because again, I know that there's different paths to take through this game, so is this game like is it acknowledging the multiple playstyle or the multiple playthroughs we're gonna be doing? Like, do we have memories of past and future playthroughs? Ooh, that's gonna be so interesting to see. Everything seems so familiar, but when you try to recall their faces when you wake up, they're smeared in your memory like wet paint. But what if those things haven't happened yet, but they will someday? Anytime you try to tell someone, they think you're playing a trick, or that you're sick and need to go to medbay. You eventually decide to stay quiet about your strange dreams. Why? I just don't want people to worry about me. Your parents have so much on their minds already. You have a feeling that something is happening at Geoponics that they don't want you to know. You don't understand it, but when they come home at night, they look really sad. You don't want to make that worse. Yeah, we don't want to worry our parents, right? We love Flulu and Geranium. We love our parents. If you just keep going to classes and staying out of trouble, it'll be easier for everyone, yourself included. Oh, that hurts. That hits me deep in my feelings, because that's basically how I felt as a kid. If I just keep going and don't bother anyone, everything will be fine. Even if I'm not acknowledging my feelings, it's fine. It's fine. Everything is going to be fine. All right, so another month. Mid-quiet. Now we're in late quiet. So, okay. We're still age 10. Hello, this is our friend. This is our best friend. This is Tangent. We love Tangent. Hello. Tangent is hunched over her hollow palm, frowning and poking angrily at the air. She speaks without looking up at you. Professor Hal wants us to prep a list of native flora with pictures. There should be a catalog on the Colony HoloNet, but I can't find it anywhere. I'll help you find the catalog. You launch your own holopalm and start searching the colony's HoloNet archives for a list of autumnal plants and animals. 10 minutes later, you find it buried under survey logistics in the expedition's net. Anemone passes by and pulls a face at the two of you.
Hey, holo nerds! She shouts. School's over! Come play sports ball in the sunshine!
Tange just rolls her eyes. I love you, Tangent! Be my best friend! Oh, I love you! Mwah! Anemone runs up to you.
Hi, Sagefira!
She huffs, catching her breath. She grins.
On the ship, adults are always saying, no running, Anemone, no running! But outside, there's so much room! I can run for 5 minutes in one direction! Even more after the robo-plows clear the land for farms.
Oh, cute. So, if we had a high toughness, we could train with her, but we're not tough. We are perceptive and empathetic and reasonable. Hello, Dice. Dice is listening to his hear speak, completely ignoring you. You put yourself in his field of vision and he scowls.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Yeah, he doesn't like us. Oh, hello, new character? Oh, I think this is Tammy's dad, isn't it? Oh, he looks so nice. He looks so kind. You step cautiously through the colony gates. Hey there, kiddo. Uncle Tonin blocks your way with a smile. I'm afraid Expeditions is off limits for now. It's not safe out there for kids. You better toughen up so you can join the squads when you're older. So, in order to leave, I need to have toughness or bravery 20. So, I'm gonna have... Bravery is part of social, though, so maybe I should do that. View the map. An info window pops up on your holopalm when you get closer. What do you want to know about? Everything. The Prosaic Plains. The Prosaic Plains lie far to the north of the colony, where the higher elevation and natural tilt of the planet makes bromidic snow fall more regularly in every season. Though prone to sudden storm flurries, the plains are a relatively safe place to explore, filled with mostly herbivorous xenofauna. The Valley of Vertigo. The Valley of Vertigo is a low-lying trench to the east that's dense with pollen-producing trees. There's a wide variety of edible food here, both plant and animal product, leading to some of the explorers calling this place the breadbasket of Vertumna. There are a number of animals here that geoponics would be interested in domesticating. Okay. The Western Resting Ridge. This tongue-twisting region is the broken spine of the planet, home to both dizzying heights and abyssal lows. It's always hot and arid here, no matter the season. Traversing these steep chasms is dangerous, and only to be done by those with sufficient glider training. However, there are some interesting ruins to explore. Ruins, you say? And then the subaqueous swamp. To the south is a vast, boggy wilderness, home to dangerous animals and hazardous weather conditions. Exploring in this area is only to be done with extreme caution. Alright, so, I mean, like, I definitely want to try to get brave enough or tough enough to get out there, because I think it'd be really cool to help domesticate animals. We have some animals already in our, we already have animals in our bestiary. Let's learn about them. A float cow. Float cow, Xenolevis bovidae. These cumbersome-looking creatures are actually lighter than air due to large helium sacs on dorsal and ventral sides. Careful balancing of helium and urine allows them to control their elevation. They produce a salty, high-protein, milky substance for feeding their young that is also nutritious for humans. So, floating cows. Got it. The common hopi, Xenophilus monopodus. A communal creature with two disparate sets of eyes and one strong foot used for both locomotion and defense. Though harmless, these small warriors can be tough in groups. And what was the last one? Wasn't there one more? I thought there was another thing in the bestiary. Weird. Okay. Oh, hello, Cal. Cal is riding around the geoponics gardens on his hoverboard. The board comes to a sudden shuddering stop on the rocky ground in front of you. Cal falls off but catches his balance before he eats dirt. Hi, Sagefira. Real ground is way harder to hover on than ship floors. There are bumps everywhere. We all have to adapt, buddy. Yeah, Cal exclaims. Things are actually way, way better planet-side. Hovering outside is rad! Look at this! He runs over to the small depression in a nearby hill and presents it like it's something amazing. Look at this! It's a skate bowl! Cool. Can I try? Sure, but please be careful. Mom says if I break my hoverboard, we can't make another one. You take turns riding around the bowl, trying to get up enough speed going down one side to come back up the other. You don't land any tricks. It's hard staying on the board with its uneven ground, but it's still fun. Cute! Do we have other conversations to have with our other pals?
I have all these kudos and nowhere to spend them yet,
Mars says, sighing.
Zeke says the depot store won't open till next year. How am I supposed to show off how much better and harder working I am than everyone else?
Mars is an absolute delight, isn't she? She is the popular girl, the popular kid, for sure. Tammy has barely left the safety of the ship's quarters and lounge since you landed. She's looking fearfully out from the doorway.
I'm afraid of outside,
she admits plainly, with no trace of shame.
My dad says I need to take baby steps, and it's okay if I approach new things at my own pace.
Oh, buddy. Oh, poor Tammy. So where can I get more empathy? How do I learn empathy, chat? At least in the game, how do I earn empathy? Because I feel like empathy is going to be a wonderful... Empathy and persuasion are what I want to do. I do think like, this is what I've been doing so far. Like, should I just keep doing it? Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. I know we did this last time too, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Let's study some more humanities. This is all we've been studying. There's some sort of emergency in engineering that requires Hal's attention, so today's class will be taught by the ship's artificial intelligence, Congruence.
Good morning, Congruence chirps. Today, we're going to talk about the formation of the Vertumna group and our decision to leave Earth. It's a very exciting topic, and we think you're ready to hear about it. Let's dig in.
You know how it started. Economic and environmental instability, coupled with deeply entrenched hatreds, had thrown the Earth into chaos. And you know how it ended. In that chaos, your parents formed the Vertumna group with a plan to leave Earth. 20 years later, they and their starborn children, you slid through a wormhole and ended up here on a planet you call Vertumna, but there's still so much you don't know. Congruence pulls up a hollow projection of an unassuming human with a firm, maternal gaze.
This is Planktonic Ascendant's Wang Botha Schmidt, she says, the spiritual leader of the Vertumna movement. They were what people called a speculative fiction writer. The Vertumna Project proved that their writing, though speculative, was far from fiction.
That is one long-ass name.
Wang Botha Schmidt's writing centered around the idea of humanity building a technological utopia on another world. Translated to 100 languages, this was a compelling idea to people at the time, so fans started connecting in vert space. Far from just a book club, these people bonded over mutual aid amid the increasing unrest in their own countries. They were committed to Wang Botha Schmidt's idea of a future where everyone is treated equally without prejudice. But they realized it couldn't be done online, Congruence tells you. Though committed to social justice, the group saw the impossibility of forming a true egalitarian society while also reckoning with their own implicit biases and the diverse contexts of their real lives. They realized that this was the work of generations, and the solutions must look to the future, as Wang Botha Schmidt did.
So they got together. The image of a squat concrete building with a rooftop garden replaces Wang Botha Schmidt. Around the edges of the classroom, the hollow projector gives the impression of towering walls topped with razor wire.
The first Vertumna colony, Congruence tells you. 400 people volunteered to sacrifice their own cultural beliefs to walk through these doors, agreeing to come up with a new way of life that could be taught to their children. Babies were conceived from egg and sperm donors chosen by lottery and raised communally like you as the second generation of the Vertumna group. Those babies were your parents.
Oh, interesting. So that's why we're so diverse, I guess. So they mix their cultures. The hollow projection now shows the compound under siege.
As more colonies were founded, word got out about the Vertumna group's social experiments, Congruence continues. Assimilationism was an unpopular ideology at the time because it had been used to commit terrible genocides on Earth. This, combined with panic that the Vertumna group was destroying the family unit, or raising an army of gene tech super soldiers,
brought the colony under attack from all sides. Everyone fears what they don't understand, I suppose. The image of the burning compound is replaced with the stratospheric on a launch pad. Luckily, the next phase of the Vertumna project was ready to launch. 100 colonists were selected to leave Earth on a colony ship, to seed a far-flung corner of the universe with a new human culture. I see. So we came from Earth because we were trying to do this there, but we couldn't. So we had to take to the stars to do what our predecessors believed in, I guess. That's interesting. She smiles. The ultimate goal of the Vertumna group was you, children, she says. A generation raised completely unburdened by troubles that plagued Earth. Isn't that lovely? I mean, I suppose our characters don't know any better. Like, our character doesn't know any better. Our character has never experienced Earth, so yeah, I guess we'll say it's great, even though we don't know for sure. What was the Earth like when they left? I would like to know, like, what, like... Because, like, for some reason, I was under the impression that... Like, coming into this game, I was under the impression that we left Earth because of, like, an apocalypse, or, you know, we were trying to preemptively find somewhere to colonize, like, in the stars before Earth, you know, was destroyed. Like WALL-E, Rooney. I was thinking it was going to be like WALL-E, where we had to leave Earth because Earth was dangerous. But it's starting to sound like we left because people didn't like what our ancestors were doing. Like, they didn't like the idea. So I would like to know, was Earth still livable when our ancestors left? Terrible. Congruence shows you some dire demographics. The institutions that had given people the illusion of safety were torn down, and wars were rampant, both resource-based and ideological. Large parts of the Earth were rendered uninhabitable by climate change, pollution, and nuclear war, especially the critical food-growing regions of the world. I have to admit, I don't know how much I believe this, because, like, we're only being taught what they want to tell us, right? Like, I feel like there's stuff they're not telling us, and I hate it, because we're children, we're 10 years old. They're not going to tell us everything. I can't help but think that there's more to this. Always be suspicious of the education system, says Rooney. Exactly. The Vertumna group weren't the only ones trying to escape Earth, but as far as we know, we are the only success. So nobody on Earth was like us? The Vertumna group members have a unique culture, Congruence replies, but it's formed from a combination of many heritages from Earth. Even the language you speak, Esperanto, was invented to bring people together. And don't worry, Congruence exclaims, you brought your best heritage with you. You are humans. Okay. So how did they build the ship that, like, we lived on? Because we were on the ship for 20 years. How did they build that? Orbital voyages were a hobby for the ultra-rich in an earlier century, so there were several relics to be found in museums, Congruence replies. The difficulty was not in acquiring a ship, but in making it space-worthy and in the logistics of the launch itself. What year is it in this game? Do we know that yet? I would love to know what year it is. The group crowdsourced enough funding to purchase the repair ship. Wait, words. I know how to read. The group crowdsourced enough funding to purchase and repair the ship. Congruence smiles. As for logistics, well, you're speaking to the solution right now. I was acquired by connected group members, along with the Gentech that created you and your parents. The Stratospheric was the first manned vessel to navigate the wormhole at the edge of the solar system. Given the state the Earth was in when it left, it may have been the last. I still don't know how much I believe this. We're being taught this as 10-year-olds. I still think they're hiding something. Your head is so stuffed with ideas it might burst. Professor Hal and your parents never mentioned this stuff before. They waited to tell you because they wanted you to grow up without feeling different based on your genetic makeup or family history. And we got the card, the Vertumna group. +1 for each unplayed card. It's hard to imagine having a different culture than your neighbors. You wonder what it's like. Everyone celebrating different holidays, eating different food, speaking different languages. Are you missing out, or are you better without it, like the original colonists believe? It's hard to say, as the decision was made for you long before you were born. All you can do is be the best Sagefira you can be. That is a question, huh? Like, because so our colony was basically founded upon the idea that they wanted to bring together all cultures into one, into one monogamous culture, and like just come together, which is kind of cool. But like, I feel like at the same time, the differences in cultures and the differences between people are kind of what make us beautiful. Like, it really is a question, huh? Coming together and becoming one, or because the differences aren't always a bad thing. But yeah, we're gonna get to work. There we go. See, so so I've got a pair here, which gives me 1 point, 3 points from just this, and then 1 point from that. So that's 5, and I get 1 extra point from this. So I just had to have 6 to win, and we did it, which is really cool. I'm enjoying the card mechanics thus far. Victorious, you worked well this month. So we got +4 creativity and +2 persuasion, which is pretty sweet. And 15 stress. So we're definitely gonna need to rest next month because our stress is, 95. We're gonna be too stressed soon if we don't rest. And now we move from the quiet to early pollen.
And so we learn the history of our exocolony, of our ancestors, and their reasons for boarding a spaceship to bring us across the galaxy. What sort of society will rise on this new world? And how will our choices shape the future?